When we first started, we did a baseline. And a baseline helps to show you where you are, your benchmark, your starting point, so that when you say you're making progression, you have a reference. With the closure of schools for 2 years, a number of our children were not in school. Even with the support that we provided as ICYD home learning, we were not able to reach all the children across the schools that we supported.
The percentage of early grade reading in Jinja district and Busoga at large was rated at 1%.
Only 1% out of 10 was able to read with comprehension.
ICYD is an activity that focuses on 3 key areas. The first area is improving learning outcomes for children, specifically in primary 1 to primary 4. The second activity focuses on child protection and making sure that our children are safe, both in schools and in the communities. The third result area focuses on positive youth development. This is a complex integrated activity that works with multiple stakeholders. And the reason why we work with different multi-stakeholders is because for you to be able to support a child, it requires more than one stakeholder. We are using a holistic approach to make sure that all the relevant structures, right from the community level to the national level, are engaged while providing services to children. For basic education, we cover 50 districts, and these 50 districts cover 6 local languages, plus English being the common denominator.
At first I looked at this class and saw it as a big challenge.
Our learners used not to have the textbooks. When you're teaching, you have only one.
It may sound very easy when we say that some of the teachers lack skills on how to teach children how to read, but we must appreciate that it's an art. So it was very important for ICYD to work with 5,828 schools and build the capacity of teachers in P1 to P4 with the right early grade reading methodology.
There are a lot of interventions that came in through capacity building of the teachers, capacity building of the school administration, and capacity building of the parents.
I have been able to train, by the word train, and support the teachers who have been trained.
As a reading teacher, I've tried to also pass the knowledge to my fellow teachers of infant classes, and now at least we're a step ahead. Our learners are no longer struggling much to read.
Once you have empowered the teachers with the early grade reading methodology, is to make sure that we have the right teaching and learning materials. Something that the project has done very well. We've been able to produce more than 8.3 million teaching materials, which have benefited the 5,828 schools across the 50 supported districts. It's very important for us to make sure that our learners are safe. And that ties to the second result area. How do we make sure that we safeguard our children? How do we make sure that that learning environment is safe and conducive for learning?
We have meetings that we always organize for the children, both in Journeys Plus, sensitization activities, and then other meetings organized by the school. Like we have different meetings at class levels, dormitory levels, and different meetings for boys and girls.
Our parents have now become supportive. You see, they are now motivated. When the parents see that the child is doing well, that is when they get motivated, they get encouraged, and they begin to support the school.
It is part of their responsibility as stakeholders in education of children to ensure that they really motivate and encourage these children to continuously read, not only from within schools, but also at the homes.
Our activities are not just centered in schools alone, but they are also in the communities, because we know violence does not only happen in school, it also happens at home, from home to school, in school, from school and back home. So it's very important that we make sure that our environment is safe for our children and it's enabling for them to learn to read. We do have a number of our youth who dropped out of school, either because of teenage pregnancy or because of poverty or because of other reasons. So this activity provided them with an opportunity to either come back to school or for them to get a different skill.
Nali simanyi kusavinga, nali simanyi ngeri gye bahandolinga mu business, nali simanyi like omuntu nti asobola okubala losses, n'ayawula losses, capital ne profit. Saawa zino nsobola okwawula. Kinyongeddeko kubanga luli nali sisala ndiboota. Right now nsala endiboota. Abaana bange baali tebasoma. Era ngambira nti abaana bange kati saawa zino basoma, tebali mu kusomera mu masomero amalungi.
I had never borrowed any money, but now I can borrow. And I have no fear that I'm not going to pay it, because we are working. Our idea of employing our fellow youth, it is coming up. Now our fellow youth are earning out of it.
Nebaza aba ICYD kubanga batwagana nga tukaali babisiino nga yetuva niye twira titwidiyo. Batuleetera omusomo gwe twatandikirako, twasoma omusomo gwa financial literacy, twagumaliriza batuwa certificate. Ayo omusomo gwe twagusoma tigwandeka nga we gwakola ki we bandagaana.
These are the youth that we provided alternative skilling, who we trained in life skills, and some of them were lucky to work with our private sector engagement partners for them to get startup kits, for them to start a business so that they can live their full potential. The end-line results clearly demonstrate there has been good progress.
You have trained our runners. Secondly, you have trained our teachers. Now teachers are competent to handle the early grade reading. So the moment we receive other runners, the new entrants, we are not scared. They are going also to benefit on this program.
We have realized that on Sundays, when these children come to church for prayer, we have put it a point that at every Sunday school classes, there must be early grade reading program included.
We are going to work together and work on the challenges so that where we have reached the 3% achievement under ICYD intervention, we are going to uphold and even supersede that achievement.
ICYD has laid a good ground for the district local governments, for our respective schools, to be able to continue to support our children to become fluent readers.
The next one is?
So in a nutshell, that's what ICYD is all about.